here. I should do a voice.
Can you do a voice warm up?
Woo! I have to.
Wouldn't it be funny if like your surgery just changed your entire like
Hello, my name is Jennifer Brofer.
or something? Yeah.
My voice warm up is some whiskey.
Yeah, same.
We are
drinking vodka.
recording.
Yes, we are.
Woo.
Oh, that is fire. Jennifer, why do you look like this today?
Have we started
Oh, by
this
the way.
That's a whole episode that we've had.
Yeah, welcome back to another episode of TikTok and Mimosas. This is Anna.
This is Amanda.
And this is Jennifer.
If she sounds sexy, it's for a reason. If you are not watching the YouTube video, you can't see this. But if you are watching it, Jennifer looks a little different today.
As we discussed in our previous episode, body issues. I had septorhinoplasty, and you can listen to that episode and hear all about why I look like this right now.
Yes.
Exactly. Which, you know, not every listener listens to every episode, so
Yeah.
if you don't, go back one.
Yeah, you really should. But anyways, so the topic at hand today
Is why we don't swing microphones around while we're talking.
I need a stand.
Just treat it like it's a dick. It stays in front of your mouth at all times.
There you go. Good coaching. Good coaching.
No,
You're
that
welcome.
thing is going everywhere. It's like...
In between your toes.
Yeah. So I'm going to tell you all a little dilemma that I had, and then we'll see if you can guess. Well, you girls know what the topic is, but I wonder if people would know what it's about based on this.
Okay.
So
Lay it on us.
I'm going to Hawaii with this guy that I have met, which I have posted about.
Ooh.
Yeah. So anyways.
He's the best.
Yeah. So I called a friend to tell her, one of my best friends from Orange County, and I was like super excited. It's my first time going to Hawaii. I feel like I'm going like to Europe. I'm like, bitch, I gotta get my passport. It's super exciting. And I told her, and she was like, oh, I remember my first time in Hawaii. Like, just very like indifferent, like super like not happy or whatever.
Ew.
Yeah, and I haven't.
I see that you're happy and it's gross. Let me just put an end to this.
Yeah.
Let's make it all about me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't tell you girls because I talked to her on the phone yesterday, and she just got her eyelashes done because her nephew's birthday is coming up next weekend. And I said while we were talking on the phone, I'm like, yeah, I saw the pictures, your Instagram stories, you look really cute. And I'm like, yeah, I'm getting my eyelashes done for Hawaii too. And she's like, anyways, and then we started talking.
Oh, how
But-
the turntable.
Yeah, but okay, so like this girl, let me tell you, she has like literally traveled the world multiple times over. She makes really good money. She just married a doctor. They travel all the time. So I don't know if she's like, if she sees it as like, oh, you peasant, like
You peasant.
Hawaii, it's like nothing. I go there like, you know,
It's
every
it's like
Tuesday or
it's like a
whatever.
bullying tactic, right? Like, I want to feel good about myself, so I need to put you down.
Yeah.
And I don't want to put you down by saying something that's like too far over the line.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just going to be passive aggressively pussy mean to you. Where
Yeah.
I say stupid shit like, yeah, I remember the last time I went, or the first time I went, whatever the fuck she said, like some bullshit. Like, instead of being like, oh my god, it's so fun, you're gonna love it. I remember when I went, it was so cool, you should check this out. Like, that's exciting, that's fulfilling. That's not like, ew, you're excited about that. I used to be excited about that. Now I'm jaded about everything.
Oh, you're just now going to Hawaii? You peasant.
Yeah,
You peasant.
exactly. That's how it like feels like, and I'm like, okay.
Sorry.
So I just like didn't tell her like anything else. And I've been friends with this girl for a very long time, and like I know her personality, so I kind of should have expected this response, but I was still like, okay. Anyway, so yeah, and we just like caught up on about like other stuff. The point is, this is about kind of like fake friends and ending friendships, because you should have no obligation to stay, just like you should not stay in a relationship when you're not happy. if you're not happy, you should not stay in a friendship if you're not happy.
I have a question. Does this best friend listen to your podcast?
She doesn't.
Oh, what a good friend.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot
Even
of
one
my...
episode? Just one? Just to see what it's about?
I honestly will say that like none of my friends listen to my podcast, which is okay.
Damn.
Yeah.
Well, I think that I've said this in a previous episode. Y'all will remember better than I do because I don't remember shit ever. But, grow with me or I grow through you.
Yeah.
And this bitch ain't growing with you, so...
Mm-hmm. I mean, I will say she has other amazing qualities. And we're, I don't want to like knock on that just because of this. But I feel like the same with friendships, like relationships, like you should just like grow together, even as friends. That's why we always say like you are who you hang out with. Like, you should be able to like, build each other up and just like encourage each other and, like basically like build a good circle of friends. And I'm not saying she's not a good friend because she is a great friend. But they like every so often like these like little things happen where I'm like, why can't you just like be happy for me?
So I'm gonna throw you in the hot seat.
Okay.
Do you tell her?
We talked about it before, yeah.
So with this occasion, have you told her like, I feel like whatever you feel like when you did this, start with an I feel statement and tell her, like her action made you feel a certain way.
We do talk about our feelings, but it's not something that I would do over the phone. So we have plans to hang out.
I haven't seen her yet, yeah.
Yeah, we have plans to hang out because and this is the other thing where I'm like trying to be understanding. So she was just diagnosed with cancer. She had a tumor removed. She's going through a lot of health complications. So I'm trying to be understanding, like maybe she's like taking it out on me, but at the same time it's like there might be like a little bit of truth to what she said, that maybe she just feels like, oh, this like like she doesn't want to be bothered with like my good news because she's going through so much bad stuff herself right now.
I think it warrants a conversation because it could be explainable. It could be, if it's a pattern, then it's kind of who she is. If it's like out of the blue or just recent since then, like then yeah, maybe it's like I have a lot more things on my mind than you going to Hawaii. Sorry, I'm not like real excited for you. It can go either way. So I think it definitely warrants a conversation.
Has she done this kind of thing before?
We did have a fallout many years ago. She's a Leo.
I don't know what that means.
They throw a lot of tantrums. They're like little children sometimes. Okay. If you're a Leo, yeah, you know yourself. Don't try to like, get out of it. But we did have like a little bit of fallout many years ago.
Here's the way you can describe like a Leo, because the symbol is a lion.
A cowardly lion.
Well, I wouldn't say cowardly lion, but lion is like king of the jungle, center of attention. They're
okay.
The symbol is the sun, which is the center of attention. So that's kind of like where that comes.
Oh, I remember when I went to Hawaii.
Yeah, but if you're, you are right. No, but okay, that's a good example because they're king of the jungle. But if you are an elephant, you're just gonna stomp right over them, and then you're no longer the king. So that's when like the attention is taken away from them for a little bit. So that's kind of like what I imagine. But anyways, so Leos, they're known for like throwing a lot of tantrums, and that's what she did. She threw a tantrum like multiple years ago, and we didn't talk for like maybe a year. But she was the one to reach out and apologize and told me that she missed me, and then we've been good ever since. But there have been times where I've ended a lot of friendships, but have you ended a friendship based on something or other, or have you?
I have a story. So
I also have everything bagel seasoning.
I have everything bagels from Trader Joe's stuck on my lips.
Yeah, it is as good as
Trader Joe's. Send us
delicious.
more of that. We'll put it on every podcast.
It's delicious.
Oh, it's so good. I would be sponsored by Trader Joe's.
So a few years ago, I feel like this is a
Hit us
whole
up, Trader Joe's.
I feel like this is a whole other podcast episode, but so I had some friendships ended not by me, but because I had a friend who we were really close, a guy friend of mine, and we worked together, and we used to like go to movies and like hang out and stuff, and like as friends. And I was dating someone at the time, and when I broke up with that person, he asked me out, and I like turned him down, and then like a few months later he asked me out again and again, I said no. And he stopped being my friend. He stopped inviting me out.
He was only your friend to try to...
He was only my friend because he was trying
to
he had a chance. Wait in the wings. And I feel like that's a whole episode, by the way.
Yeah.
Like the friend zone. But yeah, so he stopped being my friend. I've had multiple guy friends stop being my friend for no reason. Literally no reason.
Probably because they have really jealous girlfriends.
Yeah, one was after he had just got married, and he literally unfriended me the next week. And this is the person that let sleep on my couch when he was
also like, what a fucking shit relationship this is. If like the week of getting married, something that comes to your head is like, I gotta unfriend this bitch.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Like when he was homeless, I let him sleep on my couch for a week. And he unfriended me. And another friend I was friends with for years, he literally just ghosted me, stopped responding to any kind of texts. He blocked me on social media. Like, there's literally no reason that I can think of that he would want to block me other than his significant other is jealous of our friendship. Yeah. So, yay for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's happened.
No, funny that you mentioned that because there's this other podcast that I listened to and that was their last episode and they were talking about that toxic friendships, but it did talk about how some men will wait as a friend.
Yeah.
And then once they're and when the breakup happens, they like go in for the kill.
Oh yeah, I can't tell you how many people who, when I become single, they DM me like, "Oh, how are you doing? Oh, I heard you're single now."
Yeah. Oh, really? My God.
Do you really care?
Yes.
Really? You just want to be
We talked about last year how after the breakup.
Do you have sad pussy syndrome? Do you need my dick in it for you? I would be that friend for you if you need it. Oh my
God. Like our mutual friend that's like
T-shirt, sad pussy syndrome.
Sad pussy syndrome. SPS.
Sad pussy syndrome. SPS. Do you suffer from SPS? Talk to your doctor.
Yeah.
No, remember I told you about like that mutual friend that he's like, oh, I'm so sorry about the breakup. Let me come over with a bottle of wine and we can talk about it. I'm like,
let's talk about it while I massage you naked.
Yeah.
Massage your labia.
No, with my tongue.
No, I can't stand that. But I've ended like so many friendships out of. So this is my thing. I treat friendships like I do relationships. I either do 100% or like 0%.
I agree, and I think it's funny because I feel like my friend group is always real small. Like like there's people that I hang out and stuff, but it's a tight knit group, and because how much, I don't know. When you put everything into a friendship, it's like how many times can you multiply that before you're just like, yo, I gotta keep this kind of small.
Plus, I think I mentioned this before on a post or maybe when you were moving, and I said something about like there are true like indicators of friendship. People that will help you move, that will take you to the airport, that will take you to an appointment, that you give like an extra spare of keys to your house in case of an emergency. There's like those, like if you are not able to do that with like some of like like your group of friends, like are they your friends though?
I equate that to like an emergency situation. If you're like, yo, I'm in this huge emergency, and they're like, okay, let me know how it goes.
Oh my gosh. You just brought up a point. I cannot fucking stand when something, like let's say you post something, I will use this example. Last year, not last year. The first time that I moved because of the fire, because you know how like I had moved like 5 times in 5 years. I cannot stand when people say, let me know if you need anything. I can't. Because I feel like, hey, I'm the good guy. I'm letting you know if you need something. Because people are usually bad at asking for help, so it's almost like it relieves you off that.
I 100% agree. And I think that the perfect context to put this into is grief. If you like someone passed away in your life or something, like let me know if you need anything. I'm here if you need me. Yeah, that's like the most cop out bullshit whatever. Like, have you ever lost someone and like reached out to people like, hey, can you come over and make me dinner because I'm feeling kind of tired and I'm depressed and I don't want to make myself food right now? No one does that. You need to like make it a very like concrete contextual thing. Like, can I bring you a plate of lasagna for dinner tonight?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes or no?
Yes. Can I pick you up from surgery? Yes. Thank you, Adrian.
Yeah.
I shout out Adrian.
I'm in North Hollywood between appointments. I'm bringing you breakfast.
Yes, she brought me
Coming up in the
breakfast.
door in 10 minutes.
Anna literally had 10 minutes to spare the other day. She brought me breakfast. We chatted for 10 minutes and then she left because she had appointments that day. That meant so much to me and I appreciate that. And the fact that Amanda and Adrian like took care of me the night of my surgery and like we had dinner and it was so nice and they just listened and you know took care of me.
But that's the thing. I'm all about like action because it's different if you're like, Jennifer, let me know if you need anything. It's like, well, I mean, obviously our friendship is different. Like we do reach out for help, but let's say like the average person, it's like sometimes you like don't know how to ask for help. So it's kind of nice when someone is like, hey, like these are the options, pick one. And
or just a yes or no, like can I do this specific thing, yes or no?
And just know, and I will say this from experience as well, because last year, as everyone knows, I was super fucking depressed. So there was times that people would like reach out to me and be like, hey, can I bring you something, or can I drop off food, can I bring you coffee to work? And I'm like, no, like thank you, but I just don't want to see people. So you know, it's like I appreciated the thought and I do keep that in my mind always. But just know that it's not always, you know, going to be received depending on the person's
needs or
state of mind or whatever.
Can we talk about the friends who only contact you when they need something?
Yeah. It's been so long. I would love to catch up because I'm selling this new thing.
Oh, yes, that happened to me the other week. This girl who I literally had only had one conversation with at a networking event like 7 years ago. She reaches out to me via text and was like, hey, how are you doing? And I'm like, I smell something.
Yeah.
I already know what she's going to try to sell me.
Screenshotted it and
I screenshotted it and I'm
like,
she's like, hey, how's your life going? And I'm like, it's great. Here's what's going on in my life. Here's why I'm happy.
Cool, whatever. Anyway, so I'm selling.
Yeah. And she literally was like, well, I started a business with my husband and I would love for you to be a client. And
I'm looking for some boss babes like yourself.
We have a website where you can buy all these things. And I just ghosted her. I didn't respond. Like you reach out to me like to be my friend and you want me to buy something. Like,
and you can tell when someone's being phony about like, what have you been up to or what's new or tell me something, and you like say it all and they're like, yeah, whatever. Anyway, so blah blah blah.
Well, you do realize that a lot of those are automated, right?
Yeah, because we all are victim of someone who at one point might have been a friend, but literally sends the like automated text messages where your name is inserted in all capital letters, and we all get the same text message at the same time, as if we don't share that with each other.
Hey, how's it going? How's life?
We see you.
It sucks. I want to kill myself. That's great. Let me tell you about my new business.
Can I tell you about my coaching program?
Yeah.
Like, bro.
Oh,
read the
my
room.
gosh. But
he can't.
Yeah. One thing that I was also gonna bring up that I don't know if you girls have ever experienced this. I know that we've experienced it in relationships, but I started experiencing it last year because of my career. But gaslighting in friendships.
Ooh, talk about that. I want to hear more about it.
Well, you know how like I mean, we know what gaslighting is in a relationship.
And for anyone who doesn't know, the like real short bullet point of it is basically convincing the other person that they are incorrect or crazy or don't remember things correctly or whatever. You're manipulating them into not trusting themselves within a situation.
And you're making them second guess their own reality.
Yes.
Yeah. Or being condescending.
You heard that wrong. I didn't say that. Like those kinds of things. Yeah.
So that's, and again, this is my own experience, and obviously 2020 was shitty for everyone, but it really did open my eyes to like a lot of my friendships, and I think we talked about it before. But the amount of people, I mean, obviously, like I was a nurse, I was working COVID, I was a frontliner, whether I wanted to be or not, I was like stuck in that. But the amount of people that would tell me, like, oh, it's not real, it's fake. I did my research. We talked about this.
I watched a YouTube video.
And they would be like, oh, my other friend, and this is like a friend that we all know, and he's like, oh, my friend who's a doctor told me it's not that bad. And I'm like, oh, what kind of doctor?
Well,
a big doctor.
Here's the thing. he might have told you that, and he might believe that. But also, we're in like I don't even want to go down this road.
But I will say, like, in some areas of the world, there was times where, like, let's say California was like drowning in COVID cases, and maybe the other side of the world was open. So maybe the friend doctor didn't see it in their hospital.
Right.
Maybe they hadn't had a wave or whatever. But to tell me, like, my friend said it's not that bad, you know what you're talking about, or like you're being brainwashed, or like I said, my friend, or you know, he's no longer my friend, the one from Oregon, he's like, well, that's not my reality, so it must not be real. That's all gaslighting. It's like when, I mean, it never made me like second guess myself or anything, obviously, but I'm like, oh shit, people do this in friendships too. And again, I ended so many friendships last year, and it feels so good. And that's the thing, just like, you know, breaking, I mean, of course, I feel like friendships do feel a little bit sadder sometimes than a relationship. But it's, you know, you still gotta mourn it like a loss, like a friend, like a relationship.
When you know that it's time to cut a person out of your life, to remove them because they no longer are serving you, what is the process like for you when you need to trim the fat, so to speak?
You know, I don't know. I feel like the very few friendships that I have ended or that came to like an end, it was just, you know, like you know, you stop having things in common, or sometimes people start like showing their true colors at some point, and you're like, you know, that's not who I am anymore.
Yeah.
And that's the thing about like a lot of friendships in the last few years, that I have grown a lot, like personally, like I've done like a lot of growth. And when someone is, like you said, like it's not growing with you, you're like, well, I don't want to be like stuck down there. Like, let's be up here together.
Yeah, and that's what I was gonna say. That's how I would trim the fat. Is like, is there nothing left within this person that I am inspired by, that I am encouraged by, or whatever? You know what I mean? Like, whether it's whatever it is that you value, like, is there something? But if every aspect of this friendship has some sort of negativity or bringing you down, or, you know, like there's nothing of value left within this friendship. Not saying that I on the flip side, I don't want to say that everyone should be an opportunity to use someone. I don't believe in that either. But yeah, if it's like, I mean, I've cut even family members out of my life, one of my own parents, because every experience was always like so like life-sucking, draining, negative, terrible, like creates problems in my life. Like I felt like I was an accessory to some sort of like fucking crime every time I was with this person. Like, don't need that. Don't need that. There's nothing of value left within this relationship with this human. So I think once you get there, it's like, it's pretty clear.
Yeah. And it's very true, like that saying, like, you know, you don't get to pick your family, but you can pick your friends. It's like, pick good ones.
Who do you want to be? Where are you trying to go? And like, is this person aligned with that?
Do you have a conversation with that person when you're ready to let them go, or do you just stop responding to messages? Do you just let them go, like you know, Rose let Jack go in the waters of the Titanic?
There was room for both of them.
There was.
Okay, first of all, Mythbusters did an episode about this. They would have gotten hypothermia and died. So he sacrificed his life so that Rose could live.
Yeah.
Tangent over.
But they still couldn't fit, right? That's the whole thing.
No,
they could have fit, but they would have been submerged enough in the water that they would have gotten hypothermia.
They both would have died.
They both would have died instead of one dying.
Because
I mean, that's romantic.
He made the conscious decision to sacrifice his life for Rose. He did not get out the door because he wanted Rose to live.
But look at Romeo and Juliet. I mean, they went together.
Ew.
But they didn't.
She was 13.
Yeah.
Okay,
Let's
you're
not
getting
use
into
that as a love story
technicalities.
example. Okay, that's not a love story.
So
I literally just said this like recently. Someone was talking about like the Joker and Harley Quinn.
Oh my god!
I was like, yo, that's like an absolute like terrible, unhealthy relationship. Please don't reference that as like being like some kind of like, you know, awesome relationship together. It's like,
that's toxic.
She was like doing great, and he fucking ruined her life and made her like lose her mental stability. That's not a relationship to envy.
I will say that the Romeo and Juliet soundtrack is one of my favorite of all time.
It is good.
Yeah.
It is good. 96 was a good year.
96.
I saw that movie in a theater.
96 Leo is really handsome.
Ooh.
But
with his bowl
Titanic
cut.
Leo
Yes.
is pretty hot too. Catch Me If You Can Leo, equally handsome. Anyway, I digress.
I'll take the Revenant.
Oh, I never saw that movie.
I still haven't seen it.
I
I'll
never
take the
saw-
Revenant, Leo.
I heard The Revenant was like that scene in Wolf of Wall Street where he's like crawling to the car on Quaaludes. I heard it was like that for 3 hours in Revenant.
He's on Quaaludes for 3 hours?
He was like paralyzed and couldn't like walk, and he was dragging
that.
himself to the car. I heard it was like that for 3 hours.
Yeah. Have you guys seen it?
No, I haven't seen it.
We'll watch it. We should have a DTM special episode of just like
DTM watch party.
What is that show? Mystery Science Theater
Yeah,
3000?
Mystery Science Theater 3000.
We'll do that, but to the Revenant, and it'll just be the three of us talking
Our
through the whole
reactions.
movie. Yeah.
Oh God.
Hit us up if you want to see that, because
So
then we'll do
That will
it.
be
back
fun.
to the episode. How do you drop a fake friend?
So this is like literally how I have done it. I just stopped talking to them. But it's always after like a really big event. So I will give one example that's really good because of how it happened. There was like some buildup. So I had this friend and we ended up being roommates. This is like in my early 20s. So we ended up being roommates. And then she was just like really dirty. It was her first time like living on her own.
She was really dirty.
But it was like bad.
Like literal dirt.
Like
I literally
like
just had this.
nasty.
I made this quote. I'm giving myself credit for this quote I did the other day. So someone was talking about their roommate's bathroom being disgusting, and they had to share a bathroom.
Oh, I think we heard the story.
And I said, well, you can tell how clean or dirty someone's pussy is by how clean their bathroom is.
Yeah.
Because this bathroom was disgusting. They had a professional cleaner come and deep clean their house, their entire house, including the bathroom, like 2 weeks or 3 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks prior to when I came over. And it was like the most disgusting bathroom. It was like a public porta potty at a festival. I was like, hovered and like tried not to touch anything that I didn't need to. There's
Did you find drugs and needles in the toilet?
no, it was like fucking hairs on the toilet and behind the toilet lid and like fucking hair on the sink and like weird crusty things on every surface and shit in the grout. And I was like, I know exactly what your pussy looks like. If this is what your bathroom looks like.
Oh.
Ugh.
Ew.
Gross.
Don't go down on that pussy.
No.
So anyway, so this friend, we ended up like being roommates, and she was like super dirty to the point that it became a problem.
Yeah.
And she also thought because like we were best friends, she didn't need to know boundaries. So sometimes I would be going through my closet, and then I would be like, oh, where is my black tank top with the lace? And I would be like, Erica, have you seen my tank top?
Erica.
And she would pop out of her room like wearing it, like, oh yeah, I'm going out tonight with it. Is that okay? And I'm like, you didn't ask me for it. Or I would come to my room and like the door would be open, or like she would start eating my food and not ask. So we had a fallout.
I gotta cut a bitch for that.
Well, no. So I cut her out for a little bit. We had a fallout. We didn't talk for a little bit. Then we became friends again because she had a baby and she was like supposedly like a changed new person or whatever. So then
They always are for the first few months.
They always reproduce.
So I was super close to her and her
I put a
family.
Band-Aid on my situation because I had a baby.
Yeah.
It fixed my relationship and it fixed me.
Yeah, no, it didn't.
Until it
So
didn't.
then we rekindled our friendship, and everything kind of like became, I feel like she was trying to keep tabs of like, hey, I'm a good friend, like I want to remind you, because like let's say we would go out and she, like, let's say we would get each other's drinks or whatever, and then if we went out again, she would be like, oh, remember I got you a drink last time, remember? Like, I just want to make
tabs.
Yeah, exactly.
Then keep it 50-50 the whole way if you're gonna be like that.
Yeah, so she started doing that, and then for my birthday, I had like I rented a party bus at the time. Those like really fun.
Those are fun.
Yes. So she told me her boyfriend and her 2 siblings and her uncle and the wife, because they were young, they were all gonna come, right? So it was 6 of them.
Yeah.
So it was supposed to be like, I don't know, like $40 each. And we had divided up the cost of the bus due to the amount of people that RSVP'd, right? So they didn't show up to the party, didn't tell me nothing, right?
Which changes the price for everyone.
Well, not only that, the next day she posted on Facebook that she had gone to Disneyland with her baby and the or fiance at the time. So I texted her, and I was like, "Oh, I thought you were coming to my party bus or
that
whatever."
You responded to.
Yeah, that you
saying you're
RSVP'd,
coming.
and at the time, my boyfriend, he covered like the expense because we didn't want people to pay extra.
Oh my god.
So. Okay, so this party was like a week after my actual birthday.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, yeah, you didn't make it to my birthday, blah, blah, or to the party bus. And then she's like, well, remember on like your actual birthday, I actually called you and texted you to wish you a happy birthday.
So
That's
Like,
it?
yeah, like that's it.
So
Like she thought that was like her way out. Like, oh, I actually celebrated you on your actual birthday.
Right,
So
like, hey,
My
do you
job is
wanna-
done.
Do you want to go on this trip? I'm gonna buy us plane tickets, and then being
Mhm.
like, well, I told you that I would go on the trip, but like I didn't actually go, so I shouldn't have to pay for it.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh.
So yeah, so I was like, okay. So I just like stopped talking to her.
So she never paid her fair.
Bitch, this is like a doctor's office. You make an appointment and you don't cancel within 24 hours, you're still being charged. Fuck you.
Exactly.
Yeah. So then she just sent me like this like long ass reply like, I feel like, and this is the thing, she was like, I feel like you're keeping tabs on our friendship, and I'm like, you're the one. I'm like, you're the one that like whenever we go out, you're like, oh, I bought you that drink last time, remember?
You
so
owe
like
me.
you should get, yeah, exactly. Like I got that drink, so you should get these appetizers.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
And then I bet she also, because just judging by that kind of personality, it's like, you got us drinks and they were $10 a drink, but you should get these appetizers and that's going to come out to $45.
Actually, you're right.
Yeah.
You're
They're always
right.
like that.
Yeah.
How can I scheme you out of money?
Yeah. But
I
usually
live in
that's how I end
scarcity.
friendships. Like, because, I mean, again, you girls know my personality. I'm very, 100 or 0. So I also feel like I don't know you an explanation. Like, you should fucking know what you did wrong.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Especially if it's obvious like that. You blew me off. I spent money on a thing that you said you were going to be at and pay me back for, and you didn't show up.
Yeah.
And then think that that's okay. That's not.
Yeah,
It's pretty
so
major.
I just stopped responding.
There are instances where there's an obvious wrong that has been done. You've been wronged, but there are also instances where you just kind of outgrow each other. The friendship falls away naturally.
Oh,
You just
it's totally
you
different.
just kind of co-ghost each other, as I like to say, and you kind of forget about the other person. They forget about you, and you kind of move on with your lives, and that's okay too. That's totally normal.
You grow apart.
Sometimes they're only in your life for a specific amount of time, for a specific reason, a reason and a season, and that's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, 100%. And I was going to say, I think it's okay to have acquaintances. I don't think that you should, you need to be best friends with every single person you meet.
I agree.
It's okay to have, good relationships.
This
but
is
they
my
don't have to
dancing
be,
friend. This is my go to the beach friend.
Yeah.
Or my hiking friend. Or this is my,
I will say that both of you are emergency contacts listed in my phone.
Samesies.
And so if there's ever an emergency and I click my phone 5 times real fast and you get an emergency message, that's because, I trust you with my life.
You
Or
both
someone
have
says
Little
you've
Mermaid
been-
keys to my place.
Yeah, someone says you've been discharged when you haven't. Cool. I'm on my way. I have my matches and gasoline.
Be like-
I'm burning the building down.
I love you because I literally trust that you would do that. You would burn down the building because they lost your friend, who just had surgery.
Where are your security cameras?
Yeah.
I need to see where she
Can
went.
I please see the footage
Yeah.
of this discharge?
Whose
this alleged
signature?
discharge?
Whose signature? show me a picture of their ID. Where do they live?
Oh, I love you, ladies.
Yeah. But it's okay to have both. You can have ride or die friends like that will, burn a place down when you can't be found. But it's also okay to have friends that you can go play basketball with or whatever.
Or just go to lunch, go to brunch.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, not everyone has to be your friend.
You keep it at a medium level.
Yeah. I was going to say, a side note to that, I have a friend from high school, and she's one of those people that she has to be friends with everyone. She needs to be liked by every single person. And I remember one time, and
How's that working out for you, baby girl?
well, I'm going to give you an example. So she used to be a baker. She used to bake.
I don't know what I like. What should I like?
She used to bake cakes for a living, like the fondant or whatever. So she used to sell them. And there was one time when this girl made an order of a cake and several cupcakes. and she never paid her for the job. And I told her,
this is your business.
Yeah, this is her business. This is how she pays her fucking bills. And let me tell you, it was just like a 3-tier cake, and it was like the fondant where it's all fancy, and it was like Minnie Mouse theme.
Fondant is hard to do.
Yes, and on top of that, cupcakes. So anyways, she had quoted her like, I think $250. This was a while back. She never paid her. And when I told her I would collect for her, and so a couple years went by. A couple years went by. And then for her birthday, we all went to Benihana's, and this girl showed up. Her name is Erica. So anyways, Erica showed up with her husband, and then I remember my friends like, oh yeah, this is this Erica, you remember? And I'm like, oh yeah, the girl that never paid you for the cupcakes. So my friend was like, Anna! And like the other girl was like in the spotlight or whatever. So then she separated us at Benihana so we didn't sit together. And
wait, she blows her off, doesn't pay her, and was invited to her whatever the fuck birthday or whatever.
To her birthday, yeah.
Wow.
And I did ask
you
her.
have no self-respect.
Oh, 100%. So then I told her after, like when all this was going down, I'm like, why didn't you like tell her? Like, why are you still friends with her after she never paid you? And she's like, I don't want her not to like me.
Who the fuck cares? Why do you want someone like that
most people don't like you because you are that person that is just molding into whatever the fuck. You are not authentic. You don't know who you are. You're not happy with yourself. Most people don't like you. They just use you.
Do you like yourself?
Case in point. Can you make me a cake and cupcakes and whatever, and I'm just not going to pay you because I know that you're not going to have a backbone and stand up for yourself and get a payment for this, and you're going to still invite me to your birthday. I like you. Ha ha.
I do think that a lot of people use her because she's so really
For
nice.
sure. Why wouldn't they? She allows it.
Yeah, 100%. But anyways, don't be friends with people just because you want to be disliked. Fuck you. I don't care if people dislike me. I mean, you girls know that. I don't care. I would rather have someone. I saw a meme that said something along the lines of like, I would rather have you be an asshole and be yourself and true to yourself and to me than have you be like fake and phony.
I mean, I think that's what makes this trio tick, honestly, is that all the time it's like, bitch, what the fuck are you doing? Like, no one's like, you can do that, that's fine. I don't want to create
like,
waves.
Girls, I need your opinion. We'll give her opinion.
More importantly, you'll help me hide a body when the time comes.
That is true.
And for the record, I mean that figuratively.
Yes.
For the record.
Lawyer Jen.
I'm just saying it's figurative.
Yes.
Sorry, my surgery.
Oh yeah, sorry, surgery. Anyway, what are we drinking tonight?
We are drinking the most delicious thing. Well, you guys got a different one than I have. So we are having this Camp Craft cocktails.
I'm like, how do I do this?
We're having Camp Craft cocktails.
Oh, what if this was like a dick dangling in front of you? Yeah. There we go.
So I have an old fashioned. Y'all have hibiscus ginger
something.
It's really good. So good.
Okay. Y'all got like some vodka, and I have whiskey. So basically, this is glorious. This is glorious for summer parties, which is coming up real quick. If you live in this cool ass building like me, you got rooftops and pools and karaoke rooms and fucking all sorts of places to hang out with groups of people. But you're not because of COVID.
How does it work? So you pour the alcohol right in there?
Yeah, so add 12 ounces of spirits. So this old fashioned obviously is whiskey, which we have here.
So good.
Y'all have one that has vodka in it. And yeah, you literally just pour some spirits of your choice in your choice flavor container of dried stuff. And basically you put it in the fridge for whatever it says. Like this one says refrigerate 3 days. And it makes 8 to 16 drinks depending how strong you make them. Like mine.
Oh, it's strong.
Amanda's is like literally all alcohol.
I'm on antibiotics and I love it.
I'm not dying.
I'm not dying today.
She's not bleeding out. It's thin in the blood.
I'm sterile from the inside.
Yeah, like this says, okay, the old fashioned. It's orange, apricot, cherry, bitters infused, non-GMO vegan sugar.
Yeah.
It's
and you can
vegan.
see it in there. I don't know if you can see it.
And where did we get this from?
The liquor fountain. Where do you get anything? If you're going anywhere other than the liquor fountain, you're stupid and you're wrong and you're bad.
5203 Fountain Avenue. They're also on Instagram at the Liquor Fountain. If you want to have your booze delivered, you can download their app and have all your stuff delivered. These things are really good. I've been wanting to get a few of these from my boyfriend as well. So check out these cocktails. They're pretty good.
It's beautiful, yeah. And
I will say, I feel like this, I mean, I don't know like the retail price on this, but I feel like this would be like a very good, because it's like the concentrate, right? So you put the alcohol in here. And you can make multiple drinks from it, and it's probably like much cheaper.
And
than
our
like-
liquor daddy informed us you can actually do this twice. So this is filled with liquor.
Can?
It's been in the fridge for 3 days, and I am enjoying it, and y'all are enjoying this one.
Hence the 8 to 16 drinks that you can make out of it.
Yes. So
It's really
then
good.
once this is emptied, you can do another batch of alcohol
round,
in here and have round 2.
I'm definitely going to pick some of these up. I'm invested. I'm
Delicious. Here's a saturated and an unsaturated. Go get some. They're delicious.
I love it.
It's almost like a sangria, like the
Yeah, y'all.
the way it's
you guys
infusing.
have hibiscus ginger lemon. So it says hibiscus ginger root lemon hibiscus infused non-GMO vegan sugar.
So thank you so much to the Liquor Daddy for always keeping us boozed up and ready to loosen our lips for these episodes.
Loosen all sorts of stuff.
Loosen a lot. We're pretty loose, so
I was pretty loose last night.
Oh, that's a whole other episode. We'd also like to thank our patrons on Patreon, our supporters. We can't do what we do without you. You keep us fed and brunched up every other week to bring these episodes. And if you'd like to become a patron, you can go to our Instagram. There's a link called Patreon, and you can get exclusive content, early access to episodes, and a lot of fun stuff. So check it out.
I'm gonna throw a curveball in here too. I'm gonna let some truth bombs land for y'all. We are recording an episode that we will release first, if that makes any sense. So our next episode that we are recording
next
will be released first. And we will have a little conversation in here. Go back and listen to our other episode if you haven't heard it, because we are going to concoct with our cocktails a little surprise for our liquor daddy, because it is his birthday. I'm not telling you what day, but it's in May. So it's our liquor daddy's birthday, and we're going to concoct a little prize for our listeners if they go in and wish our liquor daddy a happy birthday by buying some of his...
I can't do it. I'm trying to do this.
Okay. So yeah, exactly. No, we're gonna think of something. And so if you haven't heard it on our last episode and you're just listening to this one, go back to our last one, see what our sweet little birthday deal is gonna be, and then go into that liquor fountain and wish our liquor daddy a happy birthday. All right.
Oh,
Anything else, ladies, about friendships?
I think that's a pretty good way to wrap it up. I'm glad that I'm friends with you, ladies.
Oh, I'm friends with you guys too.
Me too.
I'm happy to talk about dicks with you every other week.
I've seen both your titties and pussies. That's what real friendship's about.
Right.
I was gonna say, oh my gosh, you know what's really funny? One time, another friend that I have in Orange County, she's like one of my nursing friends. She felt something on like her vajay lips one day, and she's like, "I can't see
Please
down
come
there."
over and look.
Yeah, she's like, "Do you mind looking?" I'm like, "Sure." And then she's like, "I think we just became best friends." I'm like, "Yeah, I
You've
literally
seen my
had
universe."
Yeah, because she thought she had something and it was like an ingrown hair or something.
Yeah.
I'm like, "No, I think you're fine."
Yeah.
And she's like, "I think we just
I'll
became
check
best
back on
friends."
this in a week.
Yeah, I'm like, just. But yeah, so that's that. I mean, you don't have to look at each other's genitals to be best friends, but
But it doesn't
It
hurt.
helps.
It
yeah,
helps.
it's like, no surprises there.
It helps.
I will say you've all seen me naked, so
Yeah.
that's
We all
friendship.
I mean, have you seen our shoots? Our
Yeah,
friend shoots?
yeah.
I mean,
We do a lot of
yeah,
naked,
we do a lot of like
scandalous
naked.
shoots.
Yeah.
I think my neighbors have seen us all naked too.
Yeah.
Oh, do they want to be our best friends?
I don't know. Right there. The window's open and everything.
Yes.
All right,
All
well,
right.
this was great.
Until next time.
Bye bye.
Go suck some dicks.
Meow meow.
Oh my god, it's funny.
I like my hair like
I'm gonna go
this.
pee real quick.
Okay. Do you want us to record you so everyone can be your best friend?
Golden showers.
Oh, we need to do this.
Oh hi.
That's what we need right now.
I like when she does the little like monkey sound, like.
You know what you sounded like? That is it Disturbed? That oh no, System of a Down. System of a Down.
Yeah.
No, Down with the
anyways.
Sickness is Disturbed.
Wait, is that the song? Oh yes, Down with the Sickness. Yes.
with the Sickness.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah, you're right.
Anyways.
Anywho.
Oh, what are we doing?
It's recording.
Hi, we're recording.
Is that how you give blowjobs? Wait, no, that's how Jen gives blowjobs because she's a mouth breather. She can't breathe. She can't breathe through her nose, so she's like.
I can't breathe yet. Give me a few days.
Hello, welcome, DTM. We would like to tell you that our
This is like a DTM short.
DTM shorts.
Yeah.
Hi.
DTM panties. So it is our liquor daddy's birthday this month, and you can't have a birthday without celebrating.
No, you can't.
It's impossible.
No, like you gotta celebrate. You have a day of birth, you celebrate that.
It is your day. It is your day. So, in honor of our liquor daddy, if you go over to the liquor fountain, and guys, what are our rules? We just came up with them, like on the fly. So, if you go over to the liquor fountain and you make a purchase, and you post that purchase on your Instagram stories,
And tag us, of course.
tag us, DTM,
And the liquor fountain.
and then
No, you have to follow us, follow the liquor fountain, and then tag 2 friends in the comments of the post that we will post.
And once you do that, you will get a special gift.
a special gift. What will it be? Ooh, it's a surprise. Who likes surprises?
It's a surprise. I like surprises.
I like
Yeah.
surprises.
I mean, it might be a picture of my vagina.
It
so-
could be.
It could be.
It won't
That's
be,
a surprise.
It won't be a picture of mine, but it could
Yeah.
be
Won't be
Anna's.
mine either.
It could be.
Anna's.
Yeah.
It could
I don't
be.
care.
We're open to the
That might
possibility.
be the surprise.
We are open to many possibilities.
It could be a
Yes.
close-up of her nipple. We
It's
don't
yeah.
know.
It's a very big opening.
I will pluck my nipple hairs that day. Just for that close up.
We are way open, all the way open for
Yes.
possibilities.
It could be someone's chocolate starfish. We don't know.
chocolate starfish.
We don't know. It's a surprise. It's a birthday surprise.
It might be
Yeah.
Celine's chocolate starfish. No, I'm just kidding. It won't be. It won't be that at all.
But this is all to say happy birthday to our liquor daddy. So once again, like and follow this post. Follow the liquor daddy. Follow us, obviously. Go to the liquor fountain and purchase something. Tag us and the liquor fountain in your Instagram story.
And we'll make an Instagram post.
Yeah,
with
just
the
follow-
details.
yeah,
with
follow the
clear,
instructions.
concise instructions. Because
Follow
we've been
the
drinking
instructions.
all day long. I'm empty.
We've been drinking.
We don't know what we're saying anymore, other than go to the liquor fountain, buy
Just
all the
follow
liquor.
directions.
Yeah, go to the
Yeah.
liquor fountain, buy all the liquor. Wish our liquor daddy specifically a happy birthday. Look at our
Happy
post, follow the
birthday
directions, whatever the fuck
to
those
you.
directions might be,
Yeah.
and find something special in your hands very soon.
Oh,
Yeah.
5203 Fountain Avenue, the liquor fountain.
That's it. I have nothing else.
Glug glug, glug glug.
Glug, glug. Bye.
Bye. Glug glug.
That's hilarious.
Yes. Wait, where are we?
Can you make your tongue
Next
touch
one.
your chin?
I kind of did it. I kind of did
You
it.
don't want
almost.
my tongue right now. I had a lot of it
Hey.
last night.